Alright everyone, so what you see here is a disassembled Nintendo Entertainment System. This has actually been sitting around for quite a while and it's actually kind of dusty. Actually, I probably should have dusted this off before I started, but you know, I'm just gonna talk about some stuff, you know, just some stuff with me in life while I'm putting this thing back together. So let me actually put this to the side here, and let me just go ahead and just take the dust off of this stuff. It's kind of funny when you look back on like game consoles and just technology in general, that when you actually open this stuff, you realize just how much simpler this stuff was. I mean, yeah, sure, you can, you know, still fix a lot of the new stuff, but it's not like the old stuff where you're able to do that fairly easily, even with just, say, flathead screwdriver. So I'm just grabbing one of my little microfiber cloths, and I got this gadget cleaner from Zag. Whoops. So I'm just gonna do a little squirt on there and just wipe it down real quick. You know, this is not really meant to be a complete, like, detailed instruction. It's just more me doing something while I'm talking about random stuff. Alright, so I guess while I'm doing this, I guess I can talk about what I've been up to. Honestly, it's really just been work and sleep. That's honestly what I've been up to. Yes, I would like to do more videos, but, well, I have bills to pay, you know. For anyone that doesn't know, I bought a car not too long ago, a brand new car. I have to make sure I make money to pay the car off. So that's also part of the reason why. I've been playing some games, not too many varieties of games. Just I'll be honest with you, I've been nailing down what kind of games I've been playing. You know, I've been playing Doom. I did purchase Overwatch, so I've been playing that a lot, and I actually do really enjoy that game. You know, there aren't really that many complaints with the game, to be honest with you. If there was one criticism, though, I have, is how the loot system works in the game. It's a full price game, and they're treating the loot system as a free-to-play model. They honestly could have done something a little better than that. But I'll be honest with you, all the loot stuff in the game, it's all cosmetic, so it's not really gameplay. It's not really hindering on the gameplay. So in a way, that might not be a big deal, but it is something worth noting. That should be right. Oh, I just realized something. These are actually the exact same parts, so they actually fit both ways. So you can put it there, slap it there, or if you get it mixed up, slap it there, slap it there. Huh. Okay. Well, that's worth noting. Okay. Alright. Let me just put that to the side here. And let me grab all this stuff here. This thing actually been sitting on the floor for quite a while. I'm talking about months. So that's why this stuff seems a little abnormally dusty. Alright, so let me just put that there. Something I do plan on doing is to do like an actual review, like a real world review of the car I'm driving, which is a 2016 Honda Civic. Because I am starting to see more of that car on the road now. Now I will admit, when I bought the car, I think about a month later, if I'm not wrong, there was a recall on it for an issue with the engine. Now mine did get checked over, and they didn't find anything wrong, so they pretty much just packed the game up or put the car back together and send it off. Now, I'm trying to remember how to do this here. It's been a little while, but it won't be too difficult. So it should go on like so. Or hang on. Oh wait, I think this has to go through. Yeah, it has to go through here, like so. Then you go around. If it wants to. Alright, I'll just put that to the side. You know what? Oh my god, it should not be this difficult. I was saying how easy a lot of this older stuff is, and I can't get this metal shielding around it. And you know what's kind of funny about this is it's like this thing isn't really that necessary. Oh, you know what? Maybe it doesn't go through there. It's been a little while. Not gonna lie. It's been a little while. Yeah, it actually does have to go through there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this connector off. Wow, that connector's really on there. Okay. Yeah, I see how you take this off. There's a little tab that you kind of have to pull down and then pull out. There it goes. This is why when you buy old consoles, take it apart and clean it, because they can be a little filthy. So now I can actually put the shield on slap it over, and then take this and plug it in. Like so. Alright. Now we got that straightened away. Let's go ahead and put this mechanism back. Actually, before we do that, let me just quickly wipe down this tray. I mean, this is where the games are going to go, so might as well try to have it as clean as possible. So then that goes on. Now, of course, when you do put this on, there is this little tab here. So when you kind of have to sandwich it in a way so that when you slide this in, the tab actually goes underneath the board itself. So you don't want this tab to be on top of it, you want to be underneath it. So now this is sitting flat. Now what you can do is put that on, and there is a plastic tab to help guide it, but once it's in there, you literally just take the screws, screw it in. Now, if I remember correctly, it should be the regular size screws for these, not the smaller ones. Yeah. And just a little reminder, when you are screwing down these screws in plastic, especially like older plastic, you don't need to over tighten. A lot of these parts are actually designed to really sit in place, and the screws are really there just to make sure it doesn't move. But you don't need to over tighten. So once it kind of bottoms out, you can just go ahead and stop. That's how I normally screw the stuff down. I actually need to plug this other one in. Let's see, it looks like, yeah, let's go this way. Alright, that's plugged in. Now, where is this piece here? And wasn't there supposed to be another part somewhere? Oh, I think, did I? Yeah, I actually did mess up. Yeah, I did mess up. These are actually supposed to I try not to pull from the wire, but it seems like they actually come out fairly easy. Alright, so yeah, these are actually supposed to go in like so. Then they should, yeah, slide in. So they should slide in like so. And Then this part goes over and hold in place. So now, whoa. What amazes me though is the way this system is designed. When it comes to, like, you know, mass production, how the hell they actually built these things so quickly? It's what amazes me. All right. That. And a lot of these wires, you kind of have to fish it around, like so. So this is supposed to drop in place. There it goes. And there are some tabs, there are some plastic tabs like this one here to help guide it in. But I'm trying to somewhat clean up the wires, or at least in a way so that way when I put it back together it's not actually going to pinch anything. Alright, so now I can take this, put it over, and that will get screwed in. Alright, looks like so far so good. Now now you want to sandwich the top part together. Now you want to put it on there, but before you do that, there are some screws here. Now, if I remember correctly, there are two different size screws for this, and where the hell this thing goes? Oh, seriously? Oh, yeah, I know what these are. And of course I will have to drop the screws. Yeah, I know what these are. These are little spring things for the door. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, there should be two different lengths of screws. So here's one long one. Where's the other long one? Is this one? No. Oh, here it is. If I remember correctly, the long one, yeah, the long one will go straight through all this stuff here. So it would actually go forward. So there's two different screw holes. So you got one right here, one back there. The longer one goes to the one in the front. So it should go here. Now, earlier I said, you know, about screwing this into older plastic. The way I do it, actually, let me flip this around so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Whoops, did not mean to hit the camera. All right, so when you're screwing this in, place the screw in the hole. Don't just start screwing it in. Screw the opposite direction. you kind of notice that it might like jump down a little. Once it does that, then you start screwing. I do it this way to minimize stripping, because I don't want to strip the holes, but you don't want to over tighten. So if it seems like it keeps spinning but doesn't really want to stop, go ahead and stop. But normally it's supposed to bottom out. This one, okay, it actually does bottom out there. If it seems like it doesn't want to stop, don't just keep turning, because you're actually going to be loosening or stripping out that hole. So that way, you know, if you do strip it out, there's really nothing for it to hold on to. And then you just take one of the shorter ones and screw those in. Because if I remember correctly, the shield it doesn't actually attach to the cartridge mechanism itself. So I'm just going to take one of the regular length screws and screw that in. Now, the story of this NES, I do have another one that works perfectly fine, but the cartridge, the cartridge pin was replaced. The 62 pin connector was replaced. This is actually an original NES version. I just cleaned it a little and it worked fine. And I only bought this system for like $10. So, you know, it's just more just to have a spare. But yeah, that's why I kind of have it. Now, I'm trying to remember. Okay. So now we take the other screws. Screw the front ones in. Once it bottoms out, I stop and move on. Alright, go there, screw. That bottomed out, move on. Now it really just comes down to screwing the rest of the stuff in. That's what it boils down to. Now there are some different screws here. These particular ones, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick up, but these particular ones, those are for this thing. So you got this the controller ports. It actually screws underneath there. That's what that's for. But I'll worry about that later. Now let's screw down this part here. That bottom out, move on. It would be kind of cool, honestly, to have a HDMI modded NES, because you can't buy kits and actually install it yourself. So that is something that would be kind of cool to do. Because instead of buying, like, say, a that one particular NES that's like $500, it's actually that part that turns into an HDMI signal that you can actually modify these regular NESs into it, which is really cool. So looks like I can now put this thing over, because everything else is pretty much in there. Now I'm just going to drop it in like so. And now I'm literally just going to screw the stuff in. Now, while I'm doing this, there are some things I would like to talk about while I'm screwing this stuff in. And I would like to take a moment and talk about the state of retro gaming collecting. I will say this. It is not the same even like 5 years ago. The reason why I'm saying that is... And this was part of the reason why I decided to just take the plunge, get my Atari Jaguar collection completely finished. If you guys don't know, I have a complete games collection for the Atari Jaguar, and I'm talking about retail releases. I'm not talking about homebrews or things like that. I'm just talking about the games that actually came out in stores. I have all of them, the cartridge versions and the CD version. And yes, I do have a working Jaguar CD console. Part of the reason why I wanted to go ahead and finish it is because I kind of saw what was happening, not with just the Jaguar, but basically any older consoles in general, that I was starting to see a trend of the pricing starting to go up. And it's like, if I don't finish it now, I'm going to be definitely paying more later on. And that was part of the reason why I wanted to go ahead and finish it. Hell, even, I'll give you some examples. I'm trying to remember what was the most expensive game I purchased. Oh, it was I think it was one of the Iron Soldier 2 versions. I think it was the cartridge version. But another one that was kind of expensive for what it is was Atari cards. And that was kind of my rule with completing the collection for it, was that it had to have the manuals and the overlays, because that's something that you're not really going to find all that often, especially complete. So all the games I have has the manuals and the overlays for it. I'm always thinking I'm missing something. Alright, I'll just put that to the side. Let me grab this thing, bring it over. Oh, okay. Okay, so these things goes on here. You know what? I'm going to need a smaller screwdriver. Luckily, I do have a kit for that. Somewhere. This should work. All right. Let's see here. Oh, that's a flathead, I see. It's not a Phillips head. Duh, because that makes perfect sense. Alright. Like I said, once they bottom out, you can go ahead and stop. If it actually wants to go in, is it? Nope. I swear some of this stuff, it's like you need tweezers just to guide this stuff in. There it goes. Alright, there we go. Huh. Why is this not going in all the way? Ah, I just didn't screw it in all the way apparently. There it goes. Yay! Now I can go ahead and fine, I'll just have to guide it in myself. Now of course these little small screws goes in this thing. But yeah, going back to the whole retro gaming collecting, it's not the same like before. And I don't know if it's because, oh wow, why is this going on? It shouldn't be that hard to screw this in. I don't know if it's because people that you know, when it was cheaper, that people were buying up everything, just not selling it. I think that could be part of it, to be honest with you. Let me try this one. Yeah, this one's going in just fine. I think that's part of it. Because what's happening now is, you know, the retro game stores in my area, the ones that are left, a lot of them, what they started doing was they're starting to sell more like reproduction clone consoles and reproduction cards is what I've been noticing. Now, I'm not against reproduction cards or flash cards. In fact, part of the reason why it's been a little slow trying to make videos is because the videos I wanted to do Oh, I just noticed one of these little tabs here is actually broken. Anyway, part of the reason why I was a little slow is because I was trying to buy a EverDrive for my N64 because I didn't want to repurchase a bunch of games again, because quite frankly, of all the stuff I bought over the years, it's kind of taking up a lot of space. Let's see if that's going to work. Let me see if I have a different screwdriver. That is not going in easy. No, I could have sworn I have one of those kits, those little screwdriving kits. The search begins. What the fuck is that? Alright, so not really designed for electronics. This is more of a little watch kit. But let me go ahead and try it. Nope. So it's really the smallest one. Yeah, that's not going to work. Where's my little kit? Alright, I found my kit. If you don't know, the kit I'm talking about is the iFix-A kit. I actually have the kind that has like other stuff in here too, but I'm going to be using this. So let's just get that out of the way. Now this kit does cost a little more, but it's a really good kit. It really has everything you would need, apart from the game bits, I think. Yeah, it's not going to have game bits, but you know, those are not exactly hard to come by anyway. Let's try this guy here. And what's kind of nice about this is the way this rubber grip is. It's not actually molded to the metal itself. Like, it's not attached to it. They're kind of like little rubber bands, but that's actually kind of by design, so that way when you're turning, if it is too tight, it will spin slightly. I don't want to cut my fingers. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of fly heads screws. I always seem to have trouble with it. Alright. Let's see if this one goes in a little quicker. It should. If you can hold the screwdriver, that'd be great. Yeah, I don't know why the other one was so hard to get in. Obviously, these other ones went in like nothing. Alright. So now, what should be left is, should just be 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I did forget one screw, which is sandwiched right between there. So there's a screw right there. I almost forgot that. It's always funny when you take stuff apart and then you put it all back together, you somehow end up with more screws. I don't know how that's possible. But yeah, now the last 6 screws is putting all this stuff together. Yep. There we go. Yes, I'm not going to end up with... oh, is this actually going to fit? Yes, it does. Okay. I'm not going to end up with extra screws. That's so awesome. That bottomed out. Remember, don't over tighten these. Remember, this came out in 1985, 1986. Okay? This is like 30 years old plastic. You don't need to destroy it when you're screwing it back together. Let it bottom out like it does there. Once you start feeling a little resistance, do a slight millimeter turn and call it. You don't want to over tighten these things. Yes, there are. Did I hear a crack? Okay, it didn't sound like it was broken. But like I said, this is like 30 years old. You don't need to kill it. Of course, my phone is going off. Alright, that's bottomed out. Got this last... Alright, now it's going in smoother. You always want to turn it the opposite direction. You want to loosen it first, then when you feel that little gap in the screw pattern, then you want to go ahead and turn it. And the last one in the front. Normally, when you're screwing it back together, it should be fairly easy at first. If it seems like it's awfully too stiff, back it off, turn it the other way, and then try again. Because, like I said, you don't want to over-tighten this stuff. So yeah, I finally, after months and months of just letting it sit there, it's all back together. Hello. Yay. 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 Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like always, have a good one. Leave those comments down below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And like always, have a good one.